शं नो वरुणः।
Own UAV has detected an enemy warship operating 150 nautical miles. Hands to action station.
Engage Brandy Alpha with BrahMos missile.
Engage.
Ready for launch.
Launch ready.
A vibrant India, full of hope, on the cusp of change. A young navy, strong, vigilant, partnering the nation in perfect unison. Naval power is not just about fighting wars. Economic interests are crucial. We need a safe and stable environment for ensuring maritime trade in the oceans around us, which is a lifeline for a strong economy, as 90% of our trade by volume is carried across the seas.
The seas around us are gaining newfound importance as each day goes by, and there is no doubt that the current century is the century of the seas. India is essentially a maritime nation with a natural outflow towards the seas, and the country sits astride busy sea lines of communication over which nearly 100,000 ships transit every year. We have vast maritime interests, and the responsibility of protecting these interests falls squarely on the shoulders of men in white uniform, because it is the responsibility of the Indian Navy to ensure that India's maritime interests, which have a vital relationship with the nation's economic growth, are allowed to develop unhindered both in peace and war.
The Indian Navy's tasks are cut out. Deterrence, decisive victory in case of war, keep territorial integrity intact. Protect national maritime interests and safeguard national objectives. The multidimensional force is always mission ready. The combat fleet and operational formations remain focused in their efforts.
Now, fire!
INS Vikramaditya, India's biggest aircraft carrier, proudly displays the Navy's true blue water capabilities. An engineering marvel with its integral MiG-29K fighters and Kamov 31 helicopters, INS Vikramaditya proclaims Indian Navy's professionalism and capability. To maintain supremacy on water, integral air power is vital. The air-to-air, surface-to-air missiles fired from aircraft and ships provide the necessary deterrent. Surveillance is a critical part of maritime security in times of peace and during conflict. Stretching over 7,500 kilometers, India's coastline is vast, and our exclusive economic zone spans a staggering over 2 million square kilometers. The Indian Navy remains ever vigilant to coastal security responsibilities, fully integrated with all stakeholders in this field. Indian Navy's subsurface power is potent, matching her surface capabilities with INS Chakra, and future induction of conventional Scorpene submarine and indigenous nuclear-powered submarine INS Arihant. The Indian Navy doesn't sit on her laurels. Building capabilities for the future is on at a fast pace as per the perspective plan. With indigenization in focus, Indian shipyards are buzzing with activity. It's a massive task to build 41 ships, including submarines, in Indian shipyards across the country. The Indian Navy is in the process of upgrading the dockyard infrastructure while adding new ships, aircrafts and submarines. India's first full-fledged advanced military communication satellite, Rukmini, is a shot in the arm for the Indian Navy. Built to the Navy's multiple band requirements, the platform links up ships, submarines, aircrafts and command from land in real time. A real force multiplier to network-centric operations of a blue water navy. These new advanced platforms, air assets and submarines add to the combat readiness of the Indian Navy. The Indian Navy fulfills its mandate to the core, remaining strong, combat-worthy, focused, optimizing newly acquired capabilities, promoting cost and safety consciousness while ensuring no gap in our security preparedness of our seaward frontier. Unique situations demand unique responses. The elite Special Forces units take on operations beyond traditional reach. A force to reckon with, anytime, in any space. The Indian Navy spearheads the systematic force projection of our armed forces in our nation, not only in our neighborhood, but acts as a diplomatic arm all over the world. Exercises with foreign navies are conducted to build bridges of friendship. For the Indian Navy, there's only one requirement: professional excellence in all dimensions, in all endeavors. Nothing more, nothing less. And for this, the men and women get trained to be invincible in combat on state-of-art simulators. A resurgent economy with a young population, India engages with all nations as equals. A befitting partner, the Indian Navy is on a steady course, striving for excellence, with a vision of a taut, effective and a happy Navy. The Indian Navy, ensuring secure seas for a resurgent nation.